Welcome to Better Way Training. Today is another one in the series of measurements. Today we're actually going to be covering the micrometer and how to read a micrometer. Micrometers get you down to 10 thousandths of an inch, or the one that we're using today. It's not a metric, we're just using it, and it measures from 1 inch. And from 0 to 1 inch and down to 10 thousandths of an inch. You got your tenths, you got your hundredths, you got your thousandths, and then you got your 10 thousandths. To start out with, we're going to cover, the components of a micrometer. You've got your frame, made to where you can hold it like this and use a measurement, one-handed. So let's hold it, that way you can put your piece in there, whatever it is that you want to measure. And so you can actually insert your piece right here. You have an anvil that's stationary. The spindle moves in and out based on you turning, the thimble back here. You have a barrel where your main, some people call it a sleeve, but where your main scale is. And then you've got your secondary scale right here, and that's actually called your thimble scale. And then you got your vernier scale. That's it has lines that are on top of your sleeve. And then I'm going to show you a close-ups how to actually read all these and give you some examples. But you'll sit there and notice that this is from 0 to 1 right here. And it's got graduations, it's got 4 of them in there. So there's 25 thousandths for each graduation. So that gets you to 100 thousandths, 200 thousandths, 300 thousandths, and then, then so on all the way up until you reach, 1 inch. And right here, this one, your thimble, one complete turn, it's broke down into 25 graduations. So one complete turn will carry you from here to here or from here to here. It's going to move one graduation. So therefore, if when we get in there and we'll get some close-ups, but if this line right across through here ends up and it's in the middle between, say like this 24, 25 or, this 0, 24, you always take the smaller number because you haven't made it to that point yet. So you always go to the smaller number. So if it's between 8 and 9, you're going to pick the 8. And then we'll go ahead and show you how to do the measurements there. Now the vernier scale, here's another little view right down here, but your vernier scale, it's pretty tight right here, so we'll probably do better. But it's going to line up with exactly with one of your thimble lines, and then that is going to be your 10 thousandths, the amount that you're going to put in your 10 thousandths position. Now this one, you have to do a little bit of addition, to actually get your measurement. You're going to put your sleeve scale, which this one right here, you can see that there's 400, there's 425. It has not made it to the 450 yet, so you're going to put 425 for the sleeve scale. The thimble scale, as you can see, it is just almost right at the 16, but it's not at the 16 because it has not made it all the way to the 25 right there, so that we see the 50, the 50. So that means we're going to back down to 15. So that means we're going to add for the thimble scale 0.015 or 15 thousandths. Now, it's going to be hard to see on this video right here, but you take your vernier and then it lines up the 1. These are graduations from 1 to 11. And so that 1 is lined up with one of the lines on the thimble scale. So that is 1/10 thousandths. So when you put these down and you write them and add them up, you got 425 and then you got 15, and then you got 10 thousandths. So you bring your 1 down, you got your 10 right here, you're going to carry your 1, so there's 4 and 4. So, and that will give you your measurement of 0.4401. We're going to go to, actually a close-up right here. As you can see, this micrometer measures from 0 to 1 inch, and it goes down to 10 thousandths. So it'll measure down to 1/10,000th of an inch. This is your frame. Let me unlock it here. And as you can see, this is stationary. That's your anvil. This is your spindle. As you can see, it moves in and out. And it's going to give you a measurement of 1 inch. So this is, this is for getting down to, fine measurements. And then also, when you start out, you'll want to go ahead and make sure everything home. The spindle has touched the anvil, and as you can see, it's calibrated good because 0 lines up. So now if we go ahead and we come out, you can see it moves. And as the spindle comes out, 1 complete revolution, we will start right here. You can see that 0 is lined up with that 1. And we are at 125 thousandths. Right there, 125 thousandths. So 1 complete revolution. We'll carry it all the way back around to 0. Right there. Now, as you can see, we moved 1 mark, 25 thousandths. So each of these graduations is 25 thousandths. If we had something, let's just measure the width of this. It's in focus for you. So there's 375. And then this line right here intersects. It's in the middle between 8 and 9. So in between your 8 and 9, you're going to take your 8. So that makes it 375 plus 8 is going to give you 383. So we got 383 thousandths. Now our next thing that we're going to do is we're going to line up. See these lines going across right here? That's called your vernier scale. And what we want to do, we want to find out which one of these lines up with one of these lines on the thimble. One of them will actually be just right on it. So if you take a look right here, see if you can see this. But anyway, right there, going across, that one lines up, and the number is 3. So that's our 3/10,000ths. So you will add all those together, and then that's going to be 375 plus 8. That's on your thimble. So that's 383 and 3/10,000ths. So it'd be 0.3833 is your measurement for the width of this. Now if you take just a piece of paper Okay, she's homed, and see how it's spinning right there, but it's not moving. So I'm gonna go ahead and lock that. And that has us at, as you can see, right here, we're not even to the first mark. So we're not even 25 thousandths. And lined up on our thimble, we're in between the 3 and the 4. So we're going to take the 3. So we've got 3 thousandths of an inch. Okay, since it is in between, that means we're going to go ahead and we're going to use our vernier scale also. And the vernier scale lines up exactly with the 7. So this is 0.0037. 0.0037 would be your measurement. But hopefully that'll help you out a little bit with measuring using a micrometer. They will get you down to the 10,000ths of an inch. So, you know, this is very important when you get into doing, you know, some machining work, you know, that are really tight tolerances. And until you get used to it, you know, just remember to always go to the smaller of the 2 numbers if it's in between. And if you can't see the whole number, just remember that, you know, each one of these on the thimble right here is 1 complete revolution equals 1 mark, or 25 thousandths. So I hope that helps you out a little bit. And we'll be doing some more measurements, and we'll be doing that with a meter. We're going to go ahead and then I'll show you how to use a voltmeter, multimeter, and amp meter. So stay tuned. If you enjoyed this at all, go ahead and hit your subscribe button down here below, and keep up with us. And we'll go ahead and continue to go ahead and bring you information.